Hi, welcome back to my channel. So happy Thursday. Admittedly, it may now be Friday, who knows, by the time this reading uploads. But anyway, happy day to you. Is it your birthday? I don't know, it's just a happy day apparently. What's all this about? And why have I got a lemon on the table? Well, apparently if life gives you lemons, then you've got to do something with them. So how are you? Thank you for joining me today. What a rather unusual beginning, but let's just keep rolling. Apparently there's messages everywhere. So we're going to pull some cards today. Divine Masculine Energy check-in. I could feel you all waiting in suspense, because I did say, see you on Wednesday, but I took a little break. So here we are. Here we are again. We meet again. Okay, where's the fly? So the fly disappeared. The fly's gone to bed. Okay. So what's the Divine Masculine's most significant energy today? I'm going to begin with the Wildwood Tarot, this lovely new full-size deck which came with a guidebook which is just delightful. And I'd really like to share that with you. So Divine Masculine seems to have a lot of challenges going on at this present time. He looks and appears, what I'm sensing through the shuffling of the cards, it appears that the Divine Masculine may be feeling quite challenged at this time. And it's coming from all directions. From this way, that way, and the other way. And it's making him potentially feel like he can't move. And so he's wanting to stay stuck. That's interesting. Okay, so we've got one more shuffle to go. And well, then we can pull a card. I already feel as though the energy... Oh, there we go. We have our card. Frustration. The Five of Arrows. That's very interesting. Exactly what I was saying, really. Which is kind of mind-blowing and mind-boggling, do you not think? And agree with me, perhaps? Aha. Is there an aha song? So this Divine Masculine energy, this Divine Masculine here, is the Divine Masculine a ram? We know of the Divine Masculine energy to come through in the tarot as the Emperor. And the Emperor does stand, well, in the Aries sign of Aries. Will my words come out correctly today? We shall see. We shall see. So Divine Masculine's energy. Divine Masculine is feeling frustrated today because exactly what was coming through when I was shuffling the cards was that, yes, Divine Masculine was up against it. My mind actually almost went completely blank. I forgot what I said. I forgot what I said. Divine Masculine was feeling challenged today. And that things were, you know, coming at him from all directions. And, you know, just as we have this ram here, like taking a leap of faith, but, you know, like having to avoid all of these obstacles, all of these arrows that are being shot at him. Okay. So that's very interesting. And then the bottom of the deck, we have the Ancestor card. So card 5. In the tarot, this is the Hierophant, or would be the Hierophant. This is like your inner wisdom, your traditional values, your... Well, let's read about these cards, shall we? What does the guidebook have to tell us with regards to the energies of these cards? Okay, so we have the 5 of arrows. Thank you. Okay. So the meaning of this card, in fact, let me read the whole entire page. Let me tell you all about this 5 of arrows. So a goat with long curving horns and wildly tangled coat leaps upward into the sky. Around it are 4 arrows, none of which strike it. Below stands a hunter clad in leather and bark. His bow is strung with a 5th arrow as he aims at the elusive prey. So its meaning, unfocused energy or anger that leads to the archer releasing inaccurate arrows or lashing out in an uncontrolled manner and missing the target, wasting valuable resources and energy. So perhaps Divine Masculine is in a situation where things are coming at him from all angles, and it is causing him frustration because, you know, he's trying to stay focused on where he's heading towards. And perhaps actually he's surrounded by people or a situation or energies that are just wasting his time and energy. Let's read some more. Frustration is the enemy of any pursuit that requires self-control and stillness. It can be frustrating to hear rumours or lies spread, but the cool and level-headed hunter will not be distracted by such trivia. It may take some practice to understand that anything that takes emotional focus away from achieving a real and deserved goal is just that, a distraction. If others are attempting to cause such distractions, you will only feed their ego and help their cause by reacting and acknowledging their efforts. Take a deep breath and steady your mind and see clearly what the goal is. Well, that's exactly what I was picking up on, was that the Divine Masculine here, he is staying focused on the direction that he wishes to go. He's looking directly forward and staying focused and level-headed and you know, yeah, avoiding these distractions. He may be surrounded by them, and it can cause him frustration, but he is also, you know, wanting and trying to avoid these distractions. So that's very interesting. Let's read some more. Take a deep breath and steady your mind and see clearly what the goal is. Sometimes humour can diffuse and deflect the effects of frustration. Take a moment to laugh at yourself and see the irony in situations that cause such distractions. See the futility of games played against you to frustrate your efforts, and coolly go about your business with a mature and steady intention. Frustration is ungrounded energy that works against you and is better deployed in resolving your own challenges. Take time to steady your aim and ignore your detractors. Stay on target and loose your arrows at your goals with a cool and purposeful precision. So that's really interesting, because what I was picking up on was that the divine masculine energy within this card is the actual ram that's taking this leap and avoiding the arrows. I find that very, very interesting. Okay. So what does it tell us about the ancestor card now? What will come through with the ancestor? So the antlered figure of the ancestor is clad in reindeer skins and evergreen leaves, and stands at the gateway to the wildwood, framed by silver birch trees, coloured the bone white of winter. These trees grew during the Ice Age and are one of the first to regenerate in the spring. The reindeer once roamed vast tracts of forest, the true ancestors of our post-Ice Age oak woodlands, and it is known that they used the same trackways through the landscape. Thus, Ice Age hunters would follow their paths year by year, year upon year, hunting their major source of food, marking time by their regular and predictable migration. When reindeer retreated north with the melting ice, the White Hart, glimpsed in the forest, replaced their older mythology. The ancestors' tracks also led into the wildwood. The morning is clear and frosty, with the first glimmer of dawn shimmering on the horizon, where the new moon hangs with the morning star representing a new day and a awakened soul. It's fascinating. So that called to me, it also reminded me of the Ten of Swords, the Ten of Swords from the Rider-Waite Tarot, how it represents the, you know, a new dawn is breaking, and that shimmering hope that's on the horizon. So the ancestor greets you as you walk up the path that leads to the forest. This is a creature of myth, half animal, half human, but carries the wand of wisdom and the drum that summons all who can hear to gather and watch the sun rise. The ancestor is blessed by the land and by the divine knowledge that flows from the stars. Her coat is of white winter fur and evergreen leaves. The gateway, formed by the silver birch trees either side of the path, marks the beginning of a new commitment and a point from which you cannot turn back. The trees act as a reminder to follow the path and know you are on a journey with a beginning and an end. The path is marked with the tracks that lead you onward. The new moon signifies both an end and a beginning, as Venus, the bright morning star, shows the new dawn of hope. Just as wow, it's exactly what I was just saying. The ancestor is linked to the part of our soul that is most ancient and most closely related to the archetypes that represent nature. She is a guardian of the sacred heart of the land and summons you by beating the drum to the heartbeat of the earth. It is the part of you that unconsciously heard the drum. Yes, it does say that. And stirred the first desire to walk the path that is at work here. It is the overpowering strength and patience of nature. It is the awesome and relentless turning of the cycle that brings spring and warmth, an end to hibernation and the reawakening of abundant life. The ancestor stands before the gateway of nature that leads into the far forest. This is another beginning. Once you pass through the gateway, you must strive to stay on the path and see the journey through to the end. Wow. So Divine Masculine, it appears to be that the Divine Masculine is staying focused. He's staying focused and avoiding any dramas or distractions that are trying to come at him from all different angles. But he's fixed and focused, and you know, he can see that gateway. It's like Divine Masculine can see that gateway and he's going through it. He's decided that he's going through that gateway. He's deciding that he's heading towards that gateway, and that's where he is. He's going for the gateway. Wow. That he wants to stay on that path. He wants to stay on the path. Divine Feminine, he's heading towards you. He's focused on he's focused on you. That's all I can say. That's what's coming through. So further reading points for this card. It's interesting, we're 20 minutes in and I'm still only on our second card. Hello, thanks for joining me today. So you have made the leap and started a new cycle. Your instinctive spirit has felt it necessary to lead you to the gateway and a new path. You may have been reluctant or concerned at first, but whether you realize it or not, a shift has occurred. You may feel wary of the unknown denizens. that awaits you in the forest. But the ancient ancestor within you will guide and reassure you as you relearn and greet new experiences on the path. Trust your inner voice. Listen to your own instinctive and inquisitive nature. Your own inner ancestor is strong, patient, and wise. Let them lead you into the forest with new eyes and a joyful heart. Wow. Okay. So, the Gateway Oracle next. So, Divine Masculine. He's heading for that gateway, Divine Feminine. He wants to start afresh and be that awakened soul. Divine Masculine. Heading for the gateway. The new cycle is beginning. We keep getting that wheel card. And so you know that there is definitely this new timeline has begun. A new cycle has begun. Like you have ascended to a higher level of frequency on that, you know, on that spiral of life. You are ascending, you have risen, you have shifted to a higher level of understanding now. More things are clicking into place for you. Okay, thank you, Spirit. Can I do what? Sorry, I was just trying to listen to the message. 2222, at 2222, that was interesting. At 2222, so I felt as though, I'm not quite sure what the question was. It was like, can I do something? I'm not quite sure what that was. Okay, so we have a card, Flying Free. There we go. Isn't he? See, Divine Masculine, he's there, look. Despite the frustration of everything that's coming at him, he's staying focused. He knows his way forward. He's flying free. I unfurl my wings and fly. It's like I wanted to burst into song. Like, I'm free as a bird. There we go. Okay, thank you for this song. Oh, and what was I saying about ascending and rising up? And the ancestor was talking about, I can't even remember what I just read. I hope you do, but it was regarding the sun and you know, stepping into your wisdom. You know, so I step into my power boldly and confidently. So there's the confirmation. Wow, Divine Masculine is stepping into his wisdom. He knows. Divine Masculine knows. So that's Divine Masculine knows Divine Feminine. And he's rising up. He's avoiding all this frustration that's coming at him. Because he has this higher level of understanding, this deeper level of understanding. Well, that's interesting. It came out in reverse. So Divine Masculine, he doesn't want to play games anymore. He has been playing games. We have a very important person, front of house ticket here. You know, you are a very important person to him. Divine Feminine. And the Divine Masculine, he no longer wants to play games. He no longer wants to play games. So tell us some more, please, Spirit. Let's find out some more about the Divine Masculine. What was I saying about rising up out of the darkness? So we're rising up. Divine Masculine, he is risen and rising up at this time. He is ascending. You know, and he's celebrating. He wants to celebrate and he's holding on to your love, Divine Feminine. He's holding on to this love. You know, he's focused. He knows where he wants to be. He knows which direction he wants to head towards. He knows that things have been out of balance and that, you know, things literally turned on their head completely. You know, the scales tipped, you know, the wrong way. Things literally turned completely on their head. And that's probably part of this frustration that the Divine Masculine is feeling. But he's still staying. He's staying focused forward. He knows which direction he's going. Wow. So he is dreaming of your light, Divine Feminine. It's like he's been praying for all these answers, dreaming of your light, praying for answers and dreaming of your light. The Gateway Oracle. What do the angels and ancestors want to tell us about Divine Masculine's energy at this time? Okay. So again, we have the Elder, move beyond ancestral patterns. And the Oracle, wait for important information. So move beyond the limitations that have been set for you by family members, past and present. Know that the energy of your spirit is more powerful than genetics and behavioural patterns. So that's very interesting. Perhaps that's part of this frustration that this Divine Masculine is you know, trying to avoid, but that's what's coming at the Divine Masculine at this time. Perhaps his family members and his family have been putting pressure on him and limiting his belief in himself, perhaps, you know. So the Elder is the ancestor who comes with a message of healing, change. He is an embodied soul, yet he has had journeys that go beyond the physical. Therefore, he represents a reclamation of power. So that's interesting. Coming into power. So Divine Masculine is reclaiming his power. So when he appears, it's an acknowledgement that you have the capacity to move beyond the limitations that have been placed upon you. If you have had expectations of success, failure, sadness, or even sickness placed upon you by your family. It's important to know that you are here to create your own story. This card represents personal healing that will bring healing to your family lineage, past, present, and future. Know that you get to decide what you take on. And also know that your ancestors are rooting for you and are sorry for any setbacks they have created for you. So Divine Masculine is, well, he's fixed forward. He knows which direction he wants to go. But he's being pulled in all sorts of different directions by all these different distractions that are trying to pull him off course. Sorry, I didn't mean to knock the camera. That was, you know, I'm not quite sure what happened there. You know, Divine Masculine is deciding. Well, he's already decided. He's decided. That came through already with the Ancestor and the Five of Arrows. Divine Masculine knows which direction he's heading in. And he knows that he has to clear this energy that's around him, that's pulling on his energy and causing all of these distractions. He knows that that's the decision that he needs to make. As the dog's barking, just to confirm it, and the air freshener goes off as well. So, what else would you like to know with regards to your Divine Masculine? Well, it's been a very long reading, so let's end it here, shall we? We'll get a few more cards. Perhaps you enjoy the synchronicities. Enlightenment. With enlightenment, there is no separation. We recognize that we are one with the divine. There's that light as you're both actually, as I was saying, you're rising up out of that darkness, stepping into your power. And I feel here that the Divine Masculine truly does know now. He's recognizing that no matter which direction you go, that you are always connected to one another. And you're also having, you know, a lot of telepathy at this time. Close soul connections are harmoniously synchronized, creating moments of telepathy. So you may be, it's interesting because I was also just talking about maybe you enjoy the synchronicities and then that's the card at the bottom of the next deck. That's really interesting. Okay, so we now have, oh my gosh, did you hear them fall on the floor? So I've shuffled the Lover's Oracle. We've got 2 cards. So criticizing one another will only lead to further unhappiness. Love and accept each other as you are, and your relationship will magically transform. So whether you're together or not together right now, It's like whichever path, perhaps you both took a separate path for a while, but you're recognizing now that even though you're apart, your divine masculine is recognizing that you're completely connected, and he's experiencing this telepathy. And perhaps now this is a time, perhaps if you understand that you can both hear each other's thoughts, you know, you can hear what you're saying to one another. So knowing that, it's time to speak more kindly to each other. You can hear what you're saying. Are you being kind to one another? Can you hear, can you feel the vibration of what's being said? Can you feel that? Twin flames, your passion ignites. It's the only card in the whole deck, and it came out. Your divine masculine knows that you are twin flames because he can hear you. He can feel you. Manifesting miracles. Your dream is soon to become reality. Trust your heart and continue to follow its guidance. That's exactly what your divine masculine is doing right now. He's trusting his heart and following its guidance. He's just leaping forward. It doesn't matter about those arrows. They're missing him anyway. He's taken that leap of faith. He's taken that leap of faith. He's like, no, I know what I'm doing. I can see what I want. And okay. Well, shall we see what the divine masculine is saying? And then we'll end it there, shall we? Thank you. Maybe I'll come back and do an extra special short reading. I don't know. So if you like my reading, if you'd like more readings, then let me know. I shall do more readings. Divine masculine, what would you like your divine feminine to know this evening? What's your divine masculine? What would your divine masculine want to say to you? Okay. So he blocked his heart because he needed to heal. He was in fear. Please understand. So as I was saying, if you went in, if you went in separate directions for a while and you were on different paths for a while, that was because your divine masculine was in fear. He says, sometimes you don't listen and it really upsets me. So perhaps he's tried to explain things, and perhaps he feels that you didn't listen. And he's just trying to work on himself, and he hopes you understand. But he never stopped loving you, divine feminine. He didn't mean to hurt you. He hopes you understand his position. Well, he's just going through a lot. Yeah, he's getting through a lot. But he is getting through it. So he just needs some space and time. Please don't take this personally. I love you. So it's all about time and space. Wow. So on that note, whatever that is, we'll just leave it there then, shall we? Lots of love. enjoy the rest of your evening. So don't give up on yourselves, Divine Feminine, no matter the situation. With your person, we know that that energy is within and you're always connected. You're strongly connected at this time. You've got some strong telepathic communication going on at this time. So watch your thoughts and, you know, be kind, be loving, be real, and be you. Take care.